Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the project I have to share with you today. It's a little Matchbox style card box, gift box, and it holds some little floral rolls of love hearts and has reinforced edges here, and of course a lovely little finger pull. Sweet little Valentine's Day gift. So let me show you how I did it. This one I've used Balmy Blue as the main box. This time I'm using Sweet Sorbet, and this piece measures 7.5 inches by 4 inches, and we are going to do some scoring. So we're going to score at 1 inch and at 2 inches, and then we're going to flip it round and score again at 1 inch and at 2 inches, and then on the long side you're going to score again at 1 inch. Oops, 1 inch and 1 inch. Okay, so quite simple. But all the measurements will be on the blog post on my website, and you can find the link for that in the description box below. So now I'm just going to fold on all of my score lines. Okay, so now time to do some cutting. So I am going to cut, I don't know if you can see here, this first little square here and here, here and here. I'm going to cut these away, these little squares. So I'll show you, just like that. You're going to do the same on all 4 corners. That little 1 inch square is going. Just like that. And now the next thing we need to do is release these tabs. So on the long end, long side here, you're going to cut along the score line to the score line. 1, 2, and the same on the opposite side. 3, 4. And then you're just going to miter cut a tiny bit. That means cut at a little angle. As you can see, just a tiny little piece out for each of these little tabs, and this will just help your box fit together better if your cutting is not always, measuring has not always been totally precise. Okay, so you just do that for those 4. Okay. Now you see here we've got these end pieces, flaps, and you're just going to cut off again just a tiny amount, just that much off each of these. I'm just going to make sure I've cut things straight. You can see here a few little bits that are going to overhang, so I'll get rid of those. Okay, so let me get rid of all of these pieces before they migrate all over the place. So now it's time to put our box together. And initially we are going to first, before we actually put our box together, well, let me take us back a step, get our crocodile out. I'm going to use the smaller hole on my crocodile, and I need to make a hole here. So you've got this little flap, and then here in the centre I need to make a hole somewhere. So I'm going to go for as much as I can in the centre. It should be fine, just like that. And this is so I can put my ribbon pull through. So I've got here some sweet sorbet twine. You don't need much. I'm just gonna put this through. Here. Of course on camera it doesn't want to go through because that's just the way life is. There we go. Have a little bit out. We don't need such big tails here, so I'm going to cut off a smidgen. And then I'm going to take my tear and tape and just use it to secure these tails. And then that should be fine, and then you've got your little pull there. So now we need to put glue on each of these 4 little corners here. So let me do that. More than I need, but it's towards the very end, so it's either a splodge or nothing at the moment with that glue. And then you're just going to fold up the sides to the walls, as always with any box. So bring the tab in, bring the wall up, make sure everything is nice and straight. Weak. Make sure everything is nice and straight. Last but not least, and now, since the glue is towards its end, I would normally just use some more glue, but since it was splodging like that, I'm just going to use some tear and tape and stick this down inside. Reinforce it. Gonna stick that down inside, and there we have the base of our little matchbox. Okay, so now we need the wrapper. So let me find my bits. Okay, I think this is what was meant to be the wrapper here. I've got, this is the Country Lanes Designer Series paper. And you could use whichever side you want. You could use that side. I'm actually going to use this side, it's so pretty. So what I want to do is put my piece of cardstock in the middle, my box, and I'm just going to wrap it literally and pinch where, and I tend to do this rather than actual measurements because it just works better, getting more precise measurements this way. So this piece here, it just measures 3 5/8 by 7 inches. So I'm just going to go around now where I've pinched and reinforce those score lines with my bone folder, and then we can stick everything down. Okay, so let's bring this back in again. It obviously doesn't stick very well. And find out where Everything should go and should sit together really nicely like that. So I'm just going to put some tearing tape along here. And just put the two pieces together, make sure they're flush, and stick it down. And there we have our little matchbox. So let's set aside and work on the decoration. Let's have a look at what we've got here. I have a piece here of designer series paper. I'm going to first stamp my sentiment, and everything is from this stamp set, Country Bouquet. I'm going to stamp the heart and the sentiment, Happy Birthday. I'm going to stamp in Sweet Sorbet ink, because that's the colour of our box base. And down and up, Happy Valentine's Day, lovely. And then I'm going to stamp one of these hearts, but not this one that I've partially put on the block. Oops. I'm going to stamp this one here. Okay, and that, as you can see, it's actually got another little heart hanging off the bottom, because that's the punch, but I don't want that one, so I'm only going to stamp what I need. You could cut them apart as well, that would be fine, wouldn't do any harm. And there we go, so that's done. So let's close up our ink pad. This is the punch, the Country Bouquet punch. Let's punch out our heart. Try and get things lined up as straight as possible. That'll do for me. There we go. And then I've got some of this lovely glimmer paper, and I'm going to punch some of these hearts and leaves out of that. So I'll set all that aside over there, and I'm just going to cut out with our trimmer our Valentine sentiment. Just like that, and that will be fine. Okay, so let's start decorating our box. So we've got here our big heart. I think I'm going to stick this on some dimensionals. Put that there, and then I've got this little heart here from the glimmer paper, and it's also the Sweet Sorbet glimmer paper, but it's obviously an ombre paper, so you get a different shade, and it looks just so sweet. And then I've got these leaves from there as well, which I'm going to put in the bottom here. just slowly come out like that. And then I don't know if I'm going to use this heart or not. No, I don't think so, it's too big. We've got our sentiment still to go on. So let's cut this off at an angle here, like that. And then I'm going to put some adhesive just on the first part of it. And then have this coming. Something like that. Happy Valentine's Day. So there you go. There's the two boxes. I hope you liked them. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want more information about the project, measurements, supply list, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.